Yep. It was a day, and now it's over. Let's do this. Okay, as usual, the channel is Chasing Geekdom. Normally, I'm out in the world covering comic conventions, in theme parks, and race events like the Star Wars Half Marathon and so on. Loud. Since I can't do those things, I am plopping down here as often as possible and talking about the same things that I normally would if I was covering those events. I would be covering the events themselves, and then also I use them as a backdrop to talk about other geeky things, which is like something that I do here now. Instead of Disneyland behind me, I've got Fortnite. I'm surprised I'm actually into playing this today, because those Doom weapons are still overpowered and they still piece me off, but the goal in the game is going to be taking them from as many people as possible, not using them, and then stashing them somewhere if possible, just to remove them from the equation. But since I do often bring up what I usually do when I'm out in the world, I'm going to start things off like I do with a little short channel trailer. It's just kind of real quick minute-and-a-half thing that kind of smooshes together all those things that I just mentioned. Here we go. And there it is. Things that I wish I could be doing. Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying. I've always wanted to have a little home studio thing to talk about all these things when I can't. Like, you can't always be at events, and I have things that I want to talk about. But stumbling upon the idea of this, having the games going and multitasking with talking about favorite shows in some weird format with the game, it's all just finally coalesced, which is cool. So even when the world is healed and I'm out there in between, I'm still going to be doing this because I love that I've discovered this. So, Brunch Madness. In case you didn't know, I'm setting up tournament brackets like the Sweet 16. I've got one set of 16 already set up, and I'm setting up a new one, and I'm going to have 32 in total, obviously. Math. I did math. And what I do is I go through a different show or movie each time. I do Brunch Madness while I play Fortnite, and I discuss who from the characters in that show or movie would be my most desired hungover brunch guest. And I have criteria, and I'll go through my first round in this game, And while I do so, I'll lay the groundwork for the criteria that I'm looking for. And today, we're doing the television series PEEP Show. If you're not familiar, oh my gosh, please watch that show. So even outside of this, we can just talk about it. It is one of my favorite television shows of all time. I think it's arguably one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. And yeah, we'll get into that. But it's called Brunch Madness. All right, we're gonna jump in, yeah, during this round, I'll lay the groundwork. I'll start now, just because I went for a smaller cast, even though it is, but it isn't. I think I'll start. Yeah, there's a lot of really great actors that came through that show, but I'm gonna start at 10 episodes at least, and that starts with Big Sue's, but because yeah, it was a day, and I don't know how well I'm gonna do, but that's the point. Is I do this. This kind of applies to one of the criteria that I have for this hungover brunch guest. One of the criteria is, would they be in that state, a hungover state, at a brunch, into having a conversation like this, a debate over like a show or a movie or whatever, favorite characters from it, on who would be the best, like most desired hungover brunch guest, like who would be into this sort of thing. The reason I do it is because sometimes, like after work, I'm normally mush brain, and I don't want to just lean into that and just lay there and absorb something, kind of not really fully take it in. I would prefer, because this time is now my own, and doesn't belong to work, to take advantage of the rest of the day, and putting my mind on something like this. It seems silly, but for me, it pushes me into kind of a creative spot. I don't know what else I'm going to accomplish from it, but at least there's a chance that in these last, hours of the day, I'm going to be able to do something. And even if this is the thing, that's fine. But at least it breaks me of that, not just the mush brain. Excuse me. Sorry, some Diet Pepsi alone and not mixed with anything else. Yeah, puts me into my world in my brain. Kind of breaks me from even the temptation of kind of ruminating on anything that just happened. Yesterday I really needed this, because I needed to blow stuff up because people piece me off real bad. Otherwise, so sorry to the teens that I annihilated in this game yesterday because of my rage from work. You can blame someone named what rhymes with that person's name. I should probably not do that. Where am I going? Hey, perfect. I usually do sneaky, at least for the first round, just so that I could get the ball rolling for Brunch Madness. So that's criteria one. Someone who would be into this kind of thing. The thought experiment itself, it would be cool, but at least someone who could. It's still just. It's interesting. I tend to stay away from Twitter now during the day so that I don't hear about updates or anything new, because I like to discover it while I'm here doing this. But anyways, number two, the energy level. Too hyperactive, Snoke, like Peter Parker, Tom Holland's version, would be too much energy. Who wants that? So someone else is thinking like me. They're over there. Someone else is thinking like me, and they're over here. Come on, man. This is my town. This is my idea, kids. Copy. And also not someone too comatose, somewhere in the middle range there. The comatose side of things, the example I like to use is Kate from Lost, who's just, her life. You don't really see any glimpse into that life where things aren't just hella bleak. And here we go. Right, I'm armed and can protect myself. So I would just, when I thought about it, I was like, she'd just be someone, I had a feeling I'd be concerned the next day. I don't really want that. So somewhere in between those two, depending on other factors, who knows which. Yeah, let's just vote. The third thing is someone who would be good, kind, appreciative towards the service staff, the people working and serving and all that business in the place that we're going. This reason being, I would want to be all of those things, but I don't know. Like, I would need them to be better than me, because I don't know that in that state I would be as overtly appreciative and all of that than I would hope to be. So I would need someone to be like, stick to this guy, like ambassador, if you will. So those are the basic things. And then there's always like, whoever ends up in the finals. Hopefully, usually I try to land about 4 in there. Then we can kind of look at who's got the gravy, who's got the special sauce. Apparently I'm hungry because these are the analogies that I'm coming up with. I have more energy than I thought I would. I thought I was just going to be like a dud. Alright, what do we got here? So there's 50 people left. And we saw he's over there. I don't know why people like Steamy Stacks so much. Yeah, I'm kind of in this little middle area that people love so much. Anyways, so there you go. And I guess I can just jump into the cast. Try to work through it a little bit more quickly just so that I stay sharp. I mean, that's, maybe not sharp, but just not dead. So, judging by, actually, I'm going to jump into, why does it do that? I'll go through starting with Big Sue's in the way they have it listed out here, because this is about as many people as I want to do today. And then I'll circle back after we're done and see if there's just anybody that just needs to be talked about, just because of their performance and stuff, out of respect. But for the game, we're gonna start with Big Sue's. I dug her energy in that show. She was cool. Would that energy, what would that be like? Because you did see a lot of, drinking and all sorts of shenanigans in that show. And I think most of them, they're really going to be in the right. Why did I not hit them at all? There we go. This gun is like a toy. I don't even think it's real. It feels like, yeah, I'm not going to use that anymore. I need to find something better. Pew, pew, pew. That's what it sounds like. Anyways, yeah, I think Big Sue's energy level wise, yes, I think she's going to be in the right place the next day. She's bright. She's sunny, but not, I wouldn't say sprightly because of it. The difference is there in my brain. I hope that it's there. It's coming across, She's sunny, but not sprightly. Sprightly, for me, denotes like more energy, kind of like, but sunny is more just like a, it makes sense to me. So yes, I think that for me, she'd be in somewhere in that middle range and not annoyingly one end or the other. Oh, there we go. That's the gun I want, I think. very much. I'll replace you with you, thanks. Would she be... Yes, she'd be great to the staff there. I mean, she's... Again, like I said, she's very sunny, I think. She'd be very gracious. I think she'd even be like kind of like Inara from Firefly. She'd be able to like read the room, meaning like my funk, and understand it. Oh my gosh, if I don't get this, okay. Oh boy. That was nerve-wracking. Oof. It's not the gun I thought I was going to use there. Nope, I don't want that. Give me that back. Yeah. Okay, no, gas can. Ugh. I think, yeah, I like Inara. Big Suze would be kind of perceptive, you know, and read the room and be like, okay, I see he's kind of in a spot and I'm gonna take this over, and not in any kind of begrudging way. I think she'd be thrilled too. She seems like very, give me that back. Seems very kind. So that's good. Because it's not only someone who's going to be nice, but, like, will take the wheel. Which is good. But she'd be into this kind of conversation. She never really... Big Suze, did they ever really go into, like, her interests? She was big in the relationships, obviously. But never really... I think she'd dig the idea of it, for sure. And, my interests are broad, so I'm sure we can find common ground, but the point is that it would need to be something character-driven like this. That's what I've been sticking to for this project of mine. Science, people. Okay, science. Alright, so we got some boy over there. And I want to see if I can get you with this guy. Oh, you're gonna go run back to your helicopter, aren't you? Yeah, you run. Oh, that's not right. Oh. Where'd you go? There we go. I beat a person and a helicopter. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, look at the weapons you had. Holy cow. What? No, the light machine gun. This thing is great. I get so excited. I think I shall... I'm gonna hit this up. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think character-driven stuff. Would Big Suze have? Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be something. It doesn't jump out, and that may be maybe a factor like later on in like finals land. But wow, yeah, I usually don't have like first person added to the list, but I think Big Suze is a shoe-in the finals already, so let me add her to the list. Make sure. Hopefully no one shoots me here. Big Suze. What's up? Let's get to my list here. I love this gun. Soon we're going to start hearing Doom hands. Doom weapons. I don't know why I keep calling them that, but it's because the hands glow, and then they can fly, and then they can just get out of here with this. Big Suze. Big Suze is on the list. Alan Johnson, played by Patterson Joseph. I don't know if you guys have seen. This guy is so great. That Mitchell and Webb look. So it's another series made by the same main two actors, and then some other actors from this show as well. Google, not now, unless you could do so, and also do this. Number Wang, and Peterson Joseph. I think Olivia Colman. Yeah, Olivia Colman. Yes, she's in this show too. Yes, I know everybody's a huge fan of her from that other thing that she's won all the awards for. She will always be Soph to me. Anywho, check out Number One. But yeah, Peterson Joseph as Alan Johnson. Oh my gosh, like what a performance. Alan's gonna be a no, but I have to show my work. Because if you know the character, you know what I'm talking about. Energy level wise, I don't know. Alan is like, he's like, no matter what happens the night before, that dude would be like on a treadmill ready to conquer the next day at like 6 a.m. regardless. He's intense, and I think that intensity can be counted on energy level wise. I don't think that he'd be medium, in the middle, whatever. It's going to be a different type of too much than, wow, there's only 7 left and I've yet to hear those doom weapons, but it's going to happen. Alan, yeah, he's just going to be too much, but it, like, you know, in a different way. This is going to be way too much weapon for this little confined space, but I feel like springing a trap today. It sounds like they've got one too, maybe. Come on, buddy. Open that door. Here we go. Sorry about that. I was telling a story, and you know. Yeah, I know. I'm that guy. When I do this, I am that guy. Has anyone heard the Doom weapons yet? Anyways, so that's already almost a definite no for him. For that reason alone. Would he be kind to the waitstaff? No, the guy he's all about the class system. Like, he thinks he's this upper class, whatever, and these people is beneath him. And would he be interested in this conversation? Absolutely not. He would see it as silly. I mean, I think he would like the idea of something that would put his mind and jumpstart it, get it ready, or whatever. You know he's got the tricks, and you know that they're not from character-driven anything. So yeah, we got Alan Johnson. He's out, but please watch the show and watch that performance because he's amazing. I'll have to look up and see what streaming service it's still on. It used to be, and probably still is, on Hulu, but I'll have to see for sure. Dobby's awesome. Let's go fight. This is silly. There's 3 people left, and I gotta show some action. Just for Steve, but it's not exactly what he had in mind. I'll dive into the fray right away in the next battle. I literally am looking for the front door. This is so sad. Hello? Oh, here we go. Ambush brain. Good job, me. Found my way out. What's happening in here? Wish I had some explosives. I'm just gonna run around like an idiot. Hello? Anyone? Who's hiding? I'm gonna get sniped in the ear. Dobby's great. Dobby is... She's like people I would have hung out with in high school. Like my friends like Stephanie and Mimi and and Yvette. Like all of them. They were... Where is that? Where is that? Oh, Raccoon Bacon. Nice name. That was terrible of me, though. I should have gone. You're not him. So you're 12 and you left me, though. You're welcome to all of my weapons, though. Yeah, Dobby's cool. Energy level wise, yes, we can run through that. She's gonna be in the right place the next day. You know, like again, most of these characters are what, 30 in this show, maybe older, depending. Like if it's work acquaintances of Mark's, maybe older, but early 30s. Yeah. So yeah, she'll be in the right space. Energy wise, would she be good to the wait staff? Yeah, she's super nice. I think she'd be. She's always got jokes, you know, little anecdotes, and she strikes me as someone who would want to like share them in a like real fun little bonding, down to earth way with. I should thank the bus driver. There you go. With the folks that are there, and that's nice and disarming and helpful to them. Like it'll kind of laughing takes a load off, thinking about something other than work takes a load off while you're doing it. So that's nice little pressure release that she'd bring in. You know, being the goofy human that she is, which is nice. Would she be into this? Obviously. I would imagine we would do like Hitchhiker's Guide. You know, and I'd start thinking about the movie, even though I have the book like right over there. And then she'd find some obscure stuff from the book, pull it in as well. I love, speaking of, and I really wish they'd make a movie out of it. They only reference it at the very end of the last film that was made with Mos Def and the boy who played the Hobbit, Bilbo, Martin Freeman. At the end, they mention the restaurant at the end of the universe. And I always feel bad saying what I love, one of the things I love most about that book, because it is a kind of it is like the massive spoiler that they buried, and I'm going to say it. They a play on words in the title, right there in the title of the book. I don't know how long it takes you to get into that book before you learn the way that. Yeah. Read it if you haven't already. That's my favorite of all of them. Anyways, we'd get into that, me and Dobby, I think. Yeah. I'll put her on the list before I land. Dobby. As you could tell, I love. Not Robbie. Thanks, autocorrect. How rude. Dobby. Jerky pantses. Okay. That's where I want to land, right over there. Love that show and all the people that were in it. Now they were all great. End of stream. No, just kidding. Oh, so someone's got the... It's trying to overtake the droids. That's fine. I got 2 when I played last night. Letting my rage out from work times. And I did 2... So I think I did between, 4 or 5 matches, and I won 2. It was nice. My goal by the end of the year, game-wise, is in Fortnite, is to get my solo wins to... let's see. I don't have any long-range weapons, so I don't really want to get... screw it. Solo wins to matches played lifetime up to 10%. So 10% won of the matches I have played. I'm getting close. I have 214? Something like that. And like probably 2,300 or 2,200 matches played. And I've been quickly closing the gap the last year, 6 months or so even. Just because I've applied myself just a little bit, and played more and all that. And then end of 2021, I want to up that to 20%. I think that's doable if they don't keep introducing stuff that pisses me off, like stupid Doom stuff. Anyways, we were talking about... So Dobby's on the list. Now we're going to talk about Jeff. Ugh. No, but why? If you don't remember, Jeff was Sophie's other super... Okay, yeah, we don't need that. It's just a toy. And Mark's work colleague, who is horrible. He's a no, but I gotta show my work, right? So let's see if this... I want to see what we can catch this sad henchman doing. Oh, he's not so sad. Sorry, buddy. Sorry to break up your little dance party. It's cute. So yeah, Jeff, okay, energy level wise, he'll be fine. I mean, he's an accomplished drinker and all that kind of stuff, so yeah, he'll be in the right place in that sense, for sure. Got a helicopter guy. Or gal. So yeah, he would be in the right, place in that sense. So that's not the no. Would he be into this conversation? No way, dude. He's like, maybe what would he be into? No offense, fans of the thing I'm about to say. Please don't take offense. He'd be maybe Fast and Furious. The reason that's would be a deal breaker just because I don't know that franchise at all. I know the first film, and I thought, I'm not going to watch any more of this because they made muscle cars look... Didn't they, in that first one? Like, make muscle cars look slower than imports with all the NOS and all that stuff. And I was like, that seemed... Okay, they're outside. I don't know. I wasn't into it, and then I just saw how absurd they got. Alright, buddy. Oh. I stayed focused. That was good. Good job, me. I'm very proud. I usually get all jump scared. I would like this. There we go. I picked up the right one this time. Okay. And lose focus. Anyways, Jeff, would he be good to the waitstaff? No. Oh, he'd be. If it's a guy, he's gonna be all territorial. Um, Lady, he'll be inappropriate in some way. So nah. And what else is there? That's a big no from Jeff. But yeah, so energy level, yeah. Interest in the conversation, no. Good to the staff, no. So no. Sorry, Jeff. I mean, I think that even the idea of this kind of thing he wouldn't be into, even if there was something that we could connect on. Be like, I don't get it. Let's go play basketball. Okay. Not that playing basketball is a terrible thing, but criteria of the science that I'm doing is the criteria. Okay. Sorry, Jeff, you're out. Plus, he's a turd. Most turds get eliminated. I like it. Put that on a friggin' shirt. The ones that don't, where do they go? Moving on from Jeff. Sophie, played by Olivia Colman. It's the queen. It's the mistress. It's the I don't know the name. The crown. Is that the thing? I'm not being that guy who's like about that the way people are about. They pretend to not have seen a Star Wars. Oh, I've never seen one because they're trying to be, distance themselves from something. I just don't. I legitimately, I think it's the crown. I just haven't seen it. I'm not much into the royal family or stories about them. The closest that I've gotten, oh my gosh, I needed to Downton Abbey. Why am I not already? What is wrong with me? That's as close as I get. Because they're like, you guys are just gonna lie around? Boring? Okay. Anywho, if you're a fan of her, you think you're a fan of her. Trust me. Because you'll be like, oh, I'm a fan of her, and then you watch PEEP SHOW if you haven't seen it before. Well, oh, I wasn't. Now I get it. Oh, they took out the helicopter. Good job. Sophie, oh my gosh, just the scene, the birthday song scene with her family at that cottage or house or whatever they were supposed to inherit from. Spoilers. What was that? Where's everybody? Come on, someone shoot at me. I want to see what I can do. I'm terrible. I'm a sure thing. Come on. Don't run away from me. Come out. Yeah, that was such a wonderful scene. Loved it. Sophie, energy level wise, the next day. Yeah, she's down. She's down. She's cool. Where am I going? What do we got? I'm literally just standing in the middle of the street and nobody's shooting at me. 16 people left. Where are you? Would she be kind to the waitstaff? It depends. Like, I think that she'd, like me, want to be. She does hit rough patches like we all. Whoa! Oh, see, there's the jump scare. He's got that gun. He's got that. Yep. Oh my gosh! Look at that. I got tore up. Good job, Overland. Neck. At least I'm not running into anonymous or other things that I would suspect are bots. That's nice that I'm playing actual players and they're getting me with guns and not, I think she'd want to be, but I think there's still when it surfaces when she's around her family, she's spoiled or she's It's a little bit of an entitlement on her. I don't think that she's totally a person of the people. I don't know. That's a tough call. Because we have such two strong contenders already in the finals, I think. Yeah, we'll see what we think on this conversation. Would she be into this sort of conversation? Would she have a contribution? Would she be into the thought experiment itself? I mean, wasn't she into Jeff for a while? Nobody that, because everybody rooted for Dobby when she came on the scene. You're like, oh my gosh, she's like an antidote to Sophie. Sophie was... Nothing jumped out about Sophie that was bad. Where you're like, because Mark wasn't a real prize either. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that she'd be like. She'd probably have. We could find common ground, and it would be a bit of a stretch. Character-driven things that Sophie would be into. Soap operas thing, yeah. She'd be like, if anything, crime dramas, and I don't watch them unless I'm visiting my folks, because they're really into like procedurals and stuff, and I'm not so much. But it's always fun to bond or storytelling with your parents. So I did discover one. Where am I? Was it the show they watched, or was that my sister-in-law? Oh, that was my sister-in-law. We were watching kind of a paranormal thing. I'm getting off track. Anyways, I don't think so, Sophie. Just because it would be a stretch to find common ground in that conversation, and I honestly, I don't know. It's just too much of a question mark to know whether or not entitlement would come into play when she's there. Because she's been in an office setting for so long. I don't know that she understands service industry. You know, it's enough to be like, have any sort of solidarity there. So, I don't know. She's out, but I will allow her to swing by, and when the staff sings a birthday song, she can do that dance and then leave. Yeah, that's the plan for Soph. But respect to Olivia. All right, who's next? So we still only have 2-1 in the finals. We're down to 3. Super hands. Oh my gosh. That just makes me nervous even thinking about it. Super hands is just a big old question mark. It's a big old red flag. He's a loose cannon. But we'll apply the criteria. Look at it before I do. That's pretty good. That's what's up. Diet Pepsi. That's all. Anyways, that's fine. I need the bones. Super hands. Energy level. Okay, that's another Kate Austin thing, because that dude was all about doing all of the things. So you wouldn't be able to know or trust that he's just had a mellow drinking night. You know, Super Hands doesn't do anything mellow. He's loves his crack. All of the things. So energy level wise, that would be a big old red flag. Big old Kate Austin situation. Whether or not he would even make it there, really. But if he did, that would be a bit precarious situation. What do you mean? Good to the. I think he's like, if he's got his facilities in order, his brain places. I think he's charming, like on a suave kind of way, kind of calculated, whatever. But I think, yeah, you could tell some stories, and they might be, man, they are randomizing these loot drops. It's crazy. I guess that's good. Anyway, so on a base level, yeah, but could you trust that it would always be the case? Like, could you go, I can count on this with him? No. That's another strike for Super Hands. Would he be into this conversation? I think so, yeah. I think he'd like the idea of the thought experiment because he was philosophical. He's creative, being a musician. And I think there would be plenty of common ground. But I don't think he'd have his facilities in order mentally to be able to participate in all the other things. Nah. Sorry, Super Hands. I mean, we kind of knew where that was going, but yeah. Had to make the evaluation, make it official. Where did that go? I'll take you. Who's up next? Down to 2. Jeremy. Good old Jez. Oh, these two. I tell you, really, please go watch that show if you haven't seen it before. It's, now that we've gotten to these two, I can talk about the show a little bit. It's, think of, I guess this is a description for older people. The Odd Couple, like a really disturbed English odd couple, but just messed up. And it might take you off guard in the beginning if you've never seen a show like this, but point of view of the characters they're always looking into the camera, so the camera is always the eyes of the character that's looking at them. So at first it can take a little getting used to, but once you do, it's cool. Jeremy. He, let's see, energy level wise, he's not as much of a loose cannon as Super Hands, but he's I think that he can be relied upon enough to be somewhere in the middle range, the acceptable energy level, I would say. Even though we've seen some extremes from him, that wasn't really the norm for Jeremy. Would he be good to the wait staff? Yeah, like he's bubbly, he's full of life, he likes to entertain people, and he does seek out approval, kind of, in a way, from... I should probably go. Or that way. Or that way. Or that way, yeah. Down to 23 already. So I think, yeah, like he's an entertainer. I think his entertaining kind of sensibilities that default for him would kick in. I don't really want to go to where the droids are. Let's stay on this side for now. So that's good. I think he would actually take the wheel in those scenarios because he'd want to make people laugh or entertain them with a story or a song or something like that. So that's good. Would he be interested in this conversation? Yes. Would he get... There would be common ground. Would he get the idea, or would there be a buy-in to the reason behind it? I think so, because there's a point where he seeks out... self-improvement is the word, but I think creatively he is always looking for an angle. So I think there'd actually be a buy-in there. Or like the reason behind it too. Be like, yeah, he would want to be able to write, like use that to like write the epic song that day or whatever. So yeah, I think he'd be into it. So yeah, Jeremy's gonna go on the list. Let's see if I can do that before I get off this bridge. Jeremy. There we go. And now we're down to Mark. If you've watched the show, you know there's always a danger. One of the other things that's an element of this show that I should mention if you haven't watched it before is that, one, they look into the camera. And so you get the point of view of the character looking at the person who's, they're talking to. Also, I'm going to take that, I think. I'll take that, I think. It doesn't really scope, though, does it? Alright. Let's go to... I want to do the cat area. It really scares me. Let's go this way. Is one other thing that they do is there's an inner monologue. You hear the thought process of the characters. Those two. Yeah, I think it's only those two ever. I don't know if they ever made like an exception to that. Do I want to see who's inside this little fun little cottage they built? Nah, let's not. Let's stay down here in the creek bed. So you hear their inner monologue, and if you binge the show, fair warning, one of them is going to become the voice of your inner monologue. It may not be like, give me it. Like steer your thoughts or whatever, anything like that. But it's a little bit infectious if you have any kind of mimic sensibility to yourself, to your personality. You'll kind of like hear that inner monologue, and if it's Mark, oh boy, it's morose and it's dreary and it's negative, and oh my gosh, you'll fall into it a little bit. Kind of like if you watched Dexter. I think you know what I mean. So if you binge that, it kind of gets in there, the inner monologue voice. And but Mark Corrigan, man. Oh, someone's got the Doom stuff. We're down to 7. Big surprise, right? Woodmore, energy level wise, yeah, I think he'd be fine. I don't think he's prone to going overboard and being comatose and he's not super, where are you? Let's see. There's top, down low, top. So I think Mark would fall in the middle range somewhere, sure. Would he be into this? I think he'd like the idea, for sure. We'd find common ground. Something sci-fi, I bet. Oh, there's someone. Where'd they go? There. There's that guy. Oh, they got him. Don't take the weapons. Don't take the weapons. Don't do it, dude. You're better than this. Scare you away from those weapons, man. Don't take them. You run away. Ah, I think we got him. Oh, he got him. Dang it. Where are you, buddy? Yep, he's testing them out, trying to figure out how to use them. He's fighting someone. Ugh, I'm gonna have to fight that guy, aren't I? Where are you, buddy? Okay, got them. Now I gotta make sure no one else gets him. There we go. That's what I like. Come fight me, dude. Without those things. Go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Nope. Get out of here, dude. Ugh. He's gonna go for him. How lame. Dude. Get out of here with that trash. Where are you? Oh, he left him. Oof, that was close. Okay, I need that gold gun. Just don't pick up gauntlets. Where'd the gold gun go? Where'd the gold gun go? I need health. Where is this other person? That. Nope, I don't want that. Give me this stupid. Get out of here with that. Where did the gold gun go, you guys? Did you see it? Ah, I wasn't paying attention. But at least we kept the doom hands out of the equation. I really wanted that gold rifle. Okay. Mark. We were talking about Mark. Right. Energy level wise, fine. Would he be into the conversation? Sure. I think we'd be talking about some sci-fi, this or that. I think he'd like the intellectual aspect of it. You know, not the intellectual aspect of the topic of conversation, obviously, but the idea of jump-starting the mind. Would it be good to the wait staff? I think he may make them a little uneasy because he'd be, and it's different. It's different in the way that Jeremy would look for it. Jeremy would just be like telling them stories. He wouldn't let on that he's doing it because he's looking for approval. Like, his approval comes in the form of laughs and people enjoying his stories and that kind of thing, and people aren't going to catch on. It's like Mark may be Is that okay? I mean, like, he'd be a little too, is it needy? What word I'm looking for? And that plus, he's just a bit morose. I mean, he's a no. I'm trying to figure out a way to articulate it right in the form of this criteria, because energy level wise, yeah, he'd be there somewhere in the middle. He'd be into the conversation. He'd be kind. So let's put him on the list, because then it makes 4, and then we can just go head to head. Okay. So now, just a reminder of what we're up to. And we're now in the finals. Yes, that's right. Anyway, we're going to go 2 versus 2, and then, I know what I mean? I don't know if I know what I mean. I don't really want to go. Let's go to let's just jump. Let's just go. So we're going to do Mark versus Big Suze. I know that seems mean. Excuse me. It seems mean to Mark, but I don't want to do the roommates together. So energy level wise, alright, let's set something up in there. I'm gonna get myself some weapons. Oh, nothing there. Okay. Where are we at here? Where's Mr. Guy? Oh, someone already took him out. Okay. Interesting. People go and get to work quick. Alright, I should get that. Energy level wise, yeah, they both qualify, but I think Suze has a bit of a lead there. Just because Mark's, if you slap his kind of morose tones and his personality to that, it's a little bit too much on the downside of that. But interest in the conversation. I think there's more common ground with him. Maybe, I don't know, the buy-in might be about the same. She seemed like she was game. She was game for things, She was like, oh yeah, let's try it, like I like that idea, kind of a lady. Good to the wait staff. Big. Where are you? Big point, Suze, because again, she's the one that's going to be able to read the room, aka me, and see that she needs to kind of take the wheel, and I think has like that grace. Where'd they go? Should I go fight them? To take over. So I think she was there. Yeah, let's fight. I think they went upstairs. Where'd you go, buddy? I don't know where you went. How did I get by you? This is creepy. Oh, maybe they went after the loot. So, Big Suze wins that one. Sorry, Mark. But, and then we're looking at Dobby v. Jeremy. Ah. Yeah, that thing shoots too slow. I should have went with something else. And these rounds are hurting my percentage here. That's okay. I'm definitely gonna play some Realm Royale this week, as well as probably some Rogue Company. Forewarning. Dobby and Jeremy. So energy level wise, both pretty similar. I think Dobby's going to be more reliable in that. There's a slight edge there. Just because Jeremy has, between the two, a little bit of a loose cannon, but kind of, lack of predictability. And so that's a little bit of a slight edge to Dobby in that category. Kindness to the staff. I think both of them are even there when it comes to taking over the conversation and being able to, be the ambassador. I think if you're looking at it as out of a kindness of their heart thing, definitely point to Dobby, though. I think that people can read that too. They might be entertained by Jeremy, and he'll still, take the wheel. But I think net result, the net positive from that is going to be point up, just because she's going to be adding not only the entertainment factor for them, but I think they kind of feed off of that kindness as well, which is something that I think people in service industries need even more. So point to Dobby there. Interest in the conversation. I think both of them would have it, but I think Dobby there'd be more common ground. I think that it's close. Because he'd be super interested, and both, I think, would get the idea of it as a way to push the mind into a certain place. But just knowing that she'd be able to go into some, more obscure things. I know that amongst sci-fi fans that Hitchhiker's Guide isn't obscure, but I think because of that, and she'd also be able to pull in extra facts and things from books and different realms where these characters live. If that's a possibility for the story, I don't know. There would be more ways to pull in elements for the debate, the conversation Dobby's in, so I think she wins there. Huh. So, wow, found a Dobby and Big Suze. For our last matchup. Love it. Yeah, so my last round, I try to tie it up, make it tidy. So we'll start with energy level like usual. Both are going to be very similar. I don't see an edge between the two. Was Big Sue's supposed to be older. Older just doesn't necessarily mean... I don't know why she seems more worldly, more experienced in life than Dobby. She's been around. I need weapons, please. I don't think I'm doing well on that. I have a pistol. That's okay. We'll win with a pistol. How about that? Someone got someone with a harpoon gun. Good job, you. Let's see what we got over here. Yeah, energy level wise, though, I think both of them have experimented kind of here and there or whatever, and kind of have tested their levels of... I don't need that. Oh, maybe I do. Let's get a pro fishing rod and go fishing with that, man. How about... Why the heck not? Fishing with Batman while talking about PEEP Show. I need a weapon, not so much with fruit and things. Okay, this isn't really gonna be anywhere. Let's go upstairs here. So energy level wise, I think they're both gonna be comparable. Goodness to the waitstaff, same. Honestly, I think slight edge, maybe to Big Sue's. Just because she's, again, going to be able to read the room. I think Dobby's going to be able to, like, yeah, take the wheel just because she's silly and fun and stuff. But I don't know that she would be so intuitive to know that, like, oh, okay, like I gotta take over this. Like, I'm sure she has those impulses at times and could, but I don't know if it's like as pervasive as far as in her personality as it would be for Big Sue. So that's point to Big Sue's there, because it's not only the thing that's happening, but the reason why behind it, I think, goes to her. And conversation itself. Big Sue's... Alright. I hear weapons, but I can't see them. I'm just gonna go. Let's go upstairs. I think she'd be tickled by the idea. She'd participate. I don't know that she'd need or see a need for the thought experiment itself, even if she understood what I was getting at. And I also think while there would be common ground, it would be a little bit more of a stretch than it would be with Dobby. Dobby would be much easier to find the common ground with, and I think that she'd appreciate and have a little bit more of the buy-in, to the idea of it as well. This is science, everybody. It's science, okay? So I guess it comes down to what would be more preferable. Sue's intuitive reading of the situation, kind of seeing that thing needs to get, taken care of. Taking over the situation. The interactions. And so it's become between that and the common ground we'd be able to find with Bobby and the buy-in that she'd have with the thought experiment itself, which is more valuable. Oh, this is tough. I gotta really sit there and think about those things, like put myself in these hungover brunch situation with these two individuals. Let's see. Let's see. Batman, help me think. Which would we prefer? Chilling out and fighting crime. Maybe you also tied one on a little bit. Big Suze and Dobby are in your phone, and you're like, who should I text? And you want to talk about this stuff. Your favorite show. But you also want to make sure that social interactions are taken away from you. Both are going to happen. Like, that part's going to happen with both of them. But I think Dobby wins because even though it's not necessarily because she's reading the situation and being like, oh, I should take over. It may be, it may not be, but she's going to have a buy-in in the conversation and the idea of it all. And I think that's more valuable to me. As long as that other aspect is there, which I think we can establish with science again. Science. Who knows if I'll end up with buyer's remorse. We won't know until I actually go on a hungover brunch times with Dobby from the television series Peep Show. This is, there's no way of knowing. What's that? Oh, that's a little drum thingy. Do I want to end my game trying to take over them droids? Or did someone else already do it? Alright, let's do this. Oh wow, it's good to know these assault rifles are like an immediate get out of here. Where's this guy? Okay. Look at all of them hanging out in their little floaties. How adorable is that? Alright. Circle back and celebrate Dobby's victory in a minute here, but how friggin' adorable is that? They were floating in their little floaties. Alright, I would like this. And so I think exchange you for you. Stick to you. Okay, I'll take you. And perhaps you. Okay. Alright guys, let's move out, soldiers. Entourage, whatever you are. Come on. Alright, let's get up here. Yeah, Peep Show. I'm gonna start watching that again. What else do we have to do right now, right? Hey, shooting. Okay. I thought for some reason I saw these guys use this weapon as like a sword. Almost like crap. Guys, shoot the enemy, please. Wow, Entourage let me down. But that's alright. That was oof. Yeah, no. Oh, I don't want to jump into this again. I'll have to quit. Not great gameplay, but again, you've seen in the title, it's mediocre. That's the idea. Scheduled downtime 4 a.m. Eastern, so that's 3 a.m. where I am. I wonder what they're going to be adding. Hopefully some more overpowered weapons. Yeah, I'm going to be... Next time I stream, it'll be either Rogue Company, which is hard to do Brunch Madness with. Oh my goodness. It's fast, and it's furious, and it's crazy, and there's no roaming around. It's like you're sent into these confined spaces, 4 versus 4, where you just brawl. I did Frasier the one time I did, and that was... If I went back and watched it, I'm sure it'd be a mess. But I'll probably do the other high-res studios game that I've done a couple times, which is that Realm Royale, which is much like Fortnite, but without building. It's fun to discover things on that game, and when you get knocked down, when you play solos, you get knocked down first, potentially, and you turn into this little chicken, and you run around, and if you don't get killed while you're the chicken, then you're back to being the warrior again. It's just so weird but funny. I love it. But yeah, congratulations to the Dobby. Does she have... Let's see if she had a name, like last name listed, but I don't think they did. Just straight up Dobby. Played by Izzy Sutty. If I'm saying that correctly. Our winner for Brunch Madness, PEEP Show edition. I'm not going to apologize for it. I love my graphics. Anyway, Chasing Geekdom is the channel. All of the things: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube is where all these will end up eventually, outside of Twitch. And be sure to watch the coverage of things that I have done there as well. You know, the whole, I'm not doing this, I'm doing other stuff. I'm going to close this out one more time with the channel trailer showing you what it is that I am usually doing when I can actually go out and about safely. That's the key word, without restriction and all that. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to do all of the things that you need to do to know when I'm going to be doing this again. And I will do my best to adhere to my schedule. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.